Hello, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley of the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel, playlist, How to Align to the Christ of the New Death Bardo. All right, I'm going to get out of the way, let Alienia come in, and if you see my glasses graying over, they are transitions and the sun's coming in and out. But you can still see my eyes. Okay, I like natural light. I'm not in a studio, so we're kind of real. Okay, here we go. Oh, good day to you, dearest beings of light. It is Alienia of Cosmic Service, a Palladian Mother Sound. Peace be with you, and peace be with you. In this continuing dialogue, it's like we're having a big sitting on the couch chat and exchange of information. Because when you work with a higher creational being and you channel, it's simply an exchange of information, as this one was taught. So you can take what I say and you can decide if it's for you or not. If it's not, well, there's plenty of other people on the web bringing in information. This is just this one's flavor, and a lot of her work is for the women and the new upgrades for women. Okay, in this one, we would like to bring in some understanding about the coming paradigm shift for women. Okay, so what is that about? Most of the changes we have said that go on at the Great Shift are for women. And we have spoken about women's resplendence. Now, these are for the souls that are in female bodies at this time listening to this. And we acknowledge that men who might find their way to this have been females in other incarnations and been in female bodies. But for those women who are in female bodies now, in this great shift, listening to this, we're going to explain a few things. We're going to start with a repeat of women's resplendence. Women's resplendence is women's knowing that they are divine, connected, and sacred. And you had that in the first hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years on the planet. At the end of the Egyptian Renaissance, that was taken away by the design of the planetary system. And it was purposeful so that the pain of the human consciousness grid and the heart field of women would increase. Because women have a connection in their heart, in a female body, to the Creator that men do not have. Men's connection for resplendence is on the human consciousness grid. Women's is out in the greater field where the soul groups come to the planet and connect in, and it is also connected to the divine intelligence of the Creator. And this is the pathway that allows souls to be born and allows women to do this profound work that they're able to do, which is not much spoken about. So women's resplendence, and they have this pain body also in their heart field that men don't have. And that pain body is connected to the human consciousness grid. So women were taken off their resplendence to allow this pain body to build up between now and the great shift, so that they would feel the impulse and the desire to heal the human consciousness grid at the heart field level, that they would feel the pain going on in the earth. And this is purposeful by the Creator in the old system, where pain was the guide of what to do and not to do. So at the great shift, women's resplendence returns. And it returns because women heal the heart field of the human consciousness grid. And that's what this one's work is really about. It's about getting women to come together into sacred events and heal the heart field of the human consciousness grid that only women can do. But the other thing that happens at the Great Shift is the return of women's resplendence in the new benevolent paradigm of feeling the benevolence instead of the pain. So women will never have to go through this again, because this great shift is about changing that old paradigm out. This one thinks of it as the old Lemurian epoch. That's one way people call it. It's a bubble, has bubbles within it, but it's greater than that. It's actually the old grid consciousness paradigm of the old Akash. And that does go through all the way to now. But because Egyptian lifetime was where the resplendence ended, the healing that women do will be from the Egyptian era through to now, because that's where this was registered. And so at these healings, the group of women who come and do that will get the return to resplendence now. But they will be putting the resplendence connections back for women in the human consciousness grid, so that in 5 lifetimes, 5 generations, or 500 years, all women will have this. And this is a profound and very, very heady thing to say, but it is true. And so this resplendence is part of this new pathway that's in the circadian 24-hour cycle that we've described between 12 midnight and 12:30, between 12 and 12:30 midnight, that can be seen there with clairvoyance. And it's coming in through this pathway. Why? Because it's also coming in with the new connection to the divine intelligence creative force for the galactic. Because as women continue on the earth, they will eventually once again become the shamans and leaders of society, millions of years in the future. So it's like you took a dip down, and then you're going back up and taking on your sacred role again, which is very much like a lifetime. You come in, you leave that magnificence of the soul, you pick up all the karma you came to heal, very heavy in your middle life, and you start to get lighter and you evolve back to the Creator. So it's cycles and great overarching cycles and great planetary systems. But women will never again have to experience the pain body of the heart field of the human Akash, because that period will no longer be needed. What women will begin to feel is the benevolence of the Creator through the divine intelligence creative force that is new and online as of January 2026 in their coming incarnations, when they are birthed into this new system, or when they come and partake in these events and they get it right away. That's the perk for giving living service when the call is shouted out. Okay, so we want women to have an understanding that their self-esteem is going to take a great uplift, that their pain body of the human consciousness grid is going to be, at the heart level, is going to be healed, and that their return to this resplendence of knowing they are divine and sacred is going to return. And it's also going to return with some new gifts and abilities, but that's for a discussion for another kind of an energy work, which is coming in 2027, and this one's training for it through next year. And that's what we have to say about that. We can't really talk about our work with sort of out plugging hers, because they kind of go together. Okay, so the other thing we want men to know, if they haven't turned this tape off already, is that your resplendence is also getting an upgrade on the human consciousness grid. How marvelous. Everyone's getting a resplendence upgrade because of the shift over to the new Christ in the Death Bardo that is coming in 2028, 2029, and 2030. And these are necessary to move over to those pathways. So we can tell you there's an event coming June of next year, 2026, that this one was thought only going to be a woman's choir healing event. It's been on the website for a while, or you can check it out. It's actually going to be bigger than that. And that's all we have to say about that. But men's resplendence will be upgraded in that event. And that's what we have to say about that. So, much to contemplate, much to think about, much to go, how can this be? This is impossible. And much to go, well, maybe it is possible. You are creating this with your divine intelligence connected to the creative source we simply serve. Peace be with you. You are dearly loved. Expect benevolence in all you do, and we bid you adieu.